Welcome to another Foosh video review, everybody. This time we're going to be taking a look at the new Underground Toys Doctor Who 3 3/4 inch 12th Doctor figure from Wave 3, which is currently hitting the shelves at Walgreens and the pegs at Toys R Us. The 12th Doctor is, of course, the current Doctor on the series, and this is pretty exciting because this is the first 12th Doctor figure to be released in either the 3 3/4 inch or the 5-inch lines. This is the first time we're getting a look at him in figure form, so that's pretty cool. Now, what's interesting here on the back of the card, we're seeing the 12th Doctor in his full official getup, in his full costume. But what's actually hitting the shelves is this regeneration figure. So he does resemble Matt Smith's 11th Doctor just a little bit, just in terms of costume. So why don't you sit tight? I'm going to get this figure open, and we're going to take a look at what this very first version of the 12th Doctor has to offer. Here is the 12th Doctor out of his packaging, and he looks pretty good. Again, he is a regeneration figure, so he's very, very similar to the previously released Matt Smith 11th Doctor figure. Now, for accessories, he comes with, of course, his sonic screwdriver, his trusty sonic, which is the same sonic that the 11th Doctor carries, which is fine because that's how it's worked out in the show, too. Evidently, he does carry the same sonic as Matt Smith. And then that's okay. I mean, traditionally, like, every sonic has been unique for every Doctor, with the exception of Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant. They share the same sonic, so it looks like Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi are sharing the same sonic now. And he comes with that and the signature red stand that all the figures from the wave are coming with. So let's get him on there, and let's get a quick comparison with the Matt Smith from the same wave. So there is the 11th Doctor in the green coat that we took a look at before, and from the neck down they are the same figure. The head sculpts are new, and what's also different here is the collar. I mean, Matt's got his signature bow tie, and Capaldi has in the unbuttoned open shirt a little bit. So we're getting some new sculpting there, so that adds to the value of the figure. So it feels less like a straight repaint. Like, I don't feel like I'm handling the same figure when I pick up the Capaldi figure here, which is nice. Matt Smith's coat has some extra paint detailing to help it resemble the coat he wore in Let's Kill Hitler, so that's something else that differentiates the two. But otherwise, in terms of sculpt and whatnot, they are the exact same figure. But it is nice to see some differences. Now let's get a close-up on that head sculpt. And I can see Capaldi in it. I don't think it's the strongest likeness in the world to Capaldi. What we're seeing on the back of the card, I think that just looks way more like Capaldi than what we're getting here. It just, something about this isn't nailing it 100%. I mean, it's close and all, and I can look at it and I know it's the 12th Doctor, but I don't think it's as faithful or as sharp as it could be. But it's still not bad, and I like the raised eyebrow. I like the expression on his face. It just kind of looks like he's still figuring things out, because that's what's happening on the series right now. The 12th Doctor is kind of one of the more confused Doctors that we've seen. He doesn't have a lot of his memories. He's still trying to figure things out. He's still trying to figure out who he is. So I think this figure does a pretty good job of maybe capturing that look of confused and scared kind of uncertainty. Now, regeneration figures are kind of a special niche within the Doctor Who collecting communities, from what I've noticed. So there are some people who are really into them, and then there are some people who can take them or leave them, and then there's some people who just think they're unnecessary. I'm not exactly sure where I fall. I think they're not something I'm going to go out of my way to get, but if I see a regeneration figure out in the world, what the heck, I'll pick it up. And I think it's appropriate that the first 12th Doctor we're seeing is a regeneration figure, because this is what he looked like when we were very first introduced to him. When the Doctor regenerated at the end of the last season. He had popped up, like they all do, wearing the previous Doctor's clothes. So here he is, wearing Matt Smith's clothes, basically. And I think it fits. I am looking forward to the full-blown, the full-bore 12th Doctor that's coming down the line pretty soon. Hopefully sooner rather than later. But in the meantime, this figure fits, and I'm just plain excited to have a 12th Doctor to add to my collection right now, and I'm hoping that eventually Underground Toys and Character Options will release another one of those 12 or I guess 13 Doctor sets now, if you include the John Hurt War Doctor, or the other Doctor, as it were. So hopefully something like that's going to be coming soon too, because that'll just be epic and awesome. But for now, this Regeneration 12th Doctor is doing it for me. So let's take a look at his articulation. Again, if you have the 11th Doctor, you know exactly what to expect. There's no surprises here. He's got a good range of motion in his shoulders. They can both raise. And he's got a hinge there, so he can move his arms outward from his body. Again, there is no bicep swivel, but there is an elbow hinge, and his wrists turn. Let's put that arm down. He's starting to look crazy. His head is a swivel. There's no ball joint or anything, but it does move side to side fairly well. And there is some up and down motion here just because it's a little bit loose. And there is a waist swivel. It's kind of snug because the coat gets in the way a little bit. The coat is a softer plastic, just like on the 11th Doctor. So it doesn't hinder his legs from being raised at all. And that's all you get. You don't get a full 90 degrees. And there's no outward motion. They just raise and lower just like that. And he's got a single hinge knee and his ankle swivel. So that's what we're getting from the 12th Doctor in terms of articulation, which is totally fine, totally adequate. I don't see the 12th Doctor being much of an action hero. I don't see him being as much a physical Doctor as the 11th Doctor was. So what we're seeing here is totally appropriate for the character. So overall, it's a Regeneration 12th Doctor. It is the only 12th Doctor figure available so far. This is the very first one to come out. So if you're like me, I can't wait to add every new iteration of the Doctor to my collection. So there was no way I was not going to get this. So I would recommend tracking this figure down because I just think it's cool to have a 12th Doctor. He can be found at Walgreens for sure, and I believe Toys R Us too. But I would recommend going to Walgreens just because the price difference, the price is a lot better at Walgreens. Just take my word for that. So let us know what you think about this 12th Doctor, this 12th Regeneration Doctor. What do you think about him? Leave a comment below. Check us out on our message boards, or check us out on social media too. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, etc., etc. Let us know what you think. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you very soon.